Hi Wonder Class and welcome to our maths lesson on Wednesday the 10th of February 2021. Before you start your learning, I just wanted to go back to yesterday's lesson just to go over some of the things which I don't know if I had explained well enough to everybody. So one of the questions which came up was to, without using a number line, see if we can write the next fractions all the way up to 2 wholes. So we started off with 1/5. So I'm just going to show you on my board if we had 1/5. So we've got 1/5, which hopefully everybody can see. I'm just going to put a little bit closer to me. So we've got 1/5. So we're trying to get to 2 wholes. So we go 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5. Now, because it's out of 5 and we've reached 5/5, 5/5 is the same as 1 whole. But the question is actually asking us to go up to 2 wholes. So after 5/5, we would go 6/5. Then we would go 7/5, 8/5, 9/5, 10/5, which is the same as 2 wholes. But something that I wanted to go through a little bit more was how we get 6/5, how we get 1 and 1/5 from 6/5. Now, we know that 6/5 is the same as 1 and 1/5 because we have 1 whole, because 1 whole is 5/5. Now, over here, we've got 5/5, but there's 1 left over because imagine there was a 5 here and not a 6, that's 1 whole. But because there's a 6, we have 1 remaining. So it becomes 1 whole and 1 remaining, which becomes 1/5. So when we go to 7/5, we know there's a hole in there. We know that 5 is in 7. But how do we get from 5 to 7? We add 2. So it will be 1 whole, which is inside of this fraction, and 2 remaining, which makes 2/5. So 1 and 2/5. If we did 8/5, we have 1 whole inside of 8 because 5 can go into 8, but it leaves us with a remaining 3. So for example, if we're at the number 5 and we need to get to the number 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, that leaves us with 3. Then if we go to 9/5, we would have 1 and 4/5 because there is 5 can go into 9, but how many are left over? Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fantastic. So it becomes 4, 1 and 4/5. And then when we get to 10, we know that 5 can go into 10 2 times. So that makes us get our 2 wholes. So I just wanted to go over that with everybody. So now we can begin the rest of our learning. So starting off today, we are going to do your arithmetic. So like always, have a go at carrying out these questions. Pause the video and then press play and I will show you the answers. Let me just read the questions to you. So we've got number 1, 86 times 100. Number 2, what is a quarter of 100? Number 3, what is 457 as a Roman numeral? Number 4, what number is next in the sequence? Number 5, 6 times 6. Number 6, 65 divided by 5. Number 7, what is 12 meters in centimeters? Number 8, what is 4,461 add 3,401? Number 9, 9,755 minus 3,454. And number 10, 49 divided by 7. So have a go at these questions, and then when you press play, I will show you the answers. Okay, let's have a look at your answers. So, number 1, 8,600. Number 2, 25. Number 3, CDLVII. Number 4, 25. Number 5, 36. Number 6, 13. Number 7, 1,200 centimeters. Number 8, 7,862. Number 9, 6,301, and number 10 is 7. Let's see what we're learning about today. So it says to add fractions with the same denominator. So here is a circle. How many parts has it been divided into? And when you find out how many parts it's been divided into, that's how you know what your denominator is. So there are 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our denominator, our bottom number, is going to be everything out of 4, or a quarter. So 2 parts are now blue. What is this as a fraction? So when we have 2 parts that are blue, we have the fraction of a half, which is 1/2. We have coloured in another part in purple. What is this as a fraction? So if we coloured all of this in, we would have 3/4, which is the same as 3/4. So what is this as a number sentence? Now we could do 2/4 add 1/4. So 2/4 add 1/4 equals 3/4 when we look at the different colours that we have, because one of them is blue, so that's 2 out of our 4 pieces, and then one of them is pink, so that's 1/4 out of our 4 pieces. And if we add the numerators together, 2 add 1, we get 3. So we can use this model to calculate 3/8 add 1/8. Let's see. So let's have a look at the model. So we've got 3/8. So in pink, we've got 3. 1, 2, 3. And in total, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 squares. So 3/8 add 1/8, which is in green, equals 4/8. So we don't change the denominator. We don't add the 8s together. We leave them the same, and we just add the numerators. So let's see if you can have a go yourself. So when we add fractions, we are only adding the numerators together, which is what I just said, and we also leave the denominator alone. So using either a circle or a bar model, pick one of these questions and answer them. I am going to go through these questions. So at this point, you can pause the video, but when you press play, I will then go through the questions with you. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So I'm just going to make myself a little bit bigger, rub out the board, and then I'm going to begin. So I'm going to go through all 3 of those questions. So 1/5 add 2/5. So we know that it's out of 5. So my bar model is going to be split. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1/5 add 2/5. So I'm going to shade one of my fifths in this colour, purple, and that's representing my 1/5. And my other fifth is going to be 2/5. So I'm going to shade that in black. So now what I'm going to be adding is 1/5 add 2/5. So let's find out the answer. 1, 2, 3. 3/5. So my answer is going to be 3/5. Okay, let's see if we can do the next one. So the next one is out of what number? Fantastic, it's out of 7. So I'm going to draw my bar with 7 going across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I am going to do the first part. So 2/7, which means I'm going to colour it in purple. That's representing my 2/7. Add 3/7. So now the rest is going to be 1, 2, 3. 3/7. Add another 1/7. I need to get another colour. Sorry guys, so I've got my other colour, which is going to be red, and that's going to represent my 1/7. So now I'm adding 1/7. Now I would add these all together, or I could just count it. So 2/7 adds 3/7 add 1/7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How could I also change that fraction? How many, what would this fraction also be? Have a think. Okay, let me try and do the last one. So how many squares will I need? Fantastic, if you said 10, I will need 10 squares. So Let's draw a longer bar graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. So my first one is, sorry, not bar graph, just my bar, 7/10. So 7/10, I will need to color 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7/10 add something tenths equals 9/10. So what would that number be? What I could do is take away 9 from 7. So how do I get from 7 to 9? I need to add 2. 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be 2/10. So I will color 2/10. 1, 2. And my answer is going to be 9. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fantastic. My answer equals 9/10. So let's see what the rest of your learning is going to be today. So here it says Rosie and Whitney are solving. 4/7 add 2/7. The answer is, Rosie says, 6/7. Whitney says the answer is 6/14. Who do you agree with and explain why? So have a moment to think, and I'm going to explain it to you. So who do you think is correct, Rosie or Whitney? If you have said that Rosie is correct, then you are right. So what Rosie has done is she has added only the numerator. She has added 4 add 2, and we know that 4 add 2 is 6, so it would be 6/7. Now what Whitney has done wrong, if you've answered this question, is she has also added the denominators, which is something that we don't do. So she's added 7 plus 7 and got 14, and that's how she's got 6/14, which is wrong because she's added the denominator, and we know that we don't add the denominators, we only add the numerators. Mo and Teddy share these chocolates. They both eat an odd number of chocolates. Complete this number sentence to show what fraction of chocolates they could have eaten. So there's 12 in total. So what fraction could they have each eaten? And remember, the numbers need to be odd. So if I was to say 6/12 add 6/12, that would be wrong because I'm split it in half, which makes it even. Let's think of another way. Have a go and remember to post your answers maybe on the whiteboard and then post it onto Tapestry. So here are your independent tasks for today. So it says shade circles like this one to help you complete the additions. And if you don't want to do circles, you could also use the bar. So 1/8 add 3/8, 5/8 add 1/8, 3/8 add 3/8, and 5/8 add 3/8. See if you can have a go, but show you're working out either using the method of the circle or the method of the bar. It's up to you. Your next activity is using the bar models to help you. So you can draw these out and see if you can answer these questions. Remember, you're going to need a set of colors or a few different colors in order to help you do this activity. And finally, complete the additions. So adding these together, remember the key part of this is not to add your denominators, but to focus on adding your numerators. That's all from me today, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Bye and good luck with your work.